Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a sector that's quietly reshaping our world, the global kiosk software market.
Mm.
Our source for this deep dive is a really comprehensive report from Cognitive Market Research. It's called Global Kiosk Software Market 2021-2033 Growth Projections.
Right.
And our mission, well, it's to distill the incredible trajectory of this market.
Hmm.
How it's evolved from 2021, its robust state today in 2025, and where it's headed by 2033. We'll look at the global picture, but also dive into some, well, surprising regional and even country-specific trends.
Yeah.
You might actually be surprised just how fast this silent force in technology is expanding.
What's fascinating here, I think, is that kiosk software, despite being everywhere in our daily lives, it often just flies under the radar, doesn't it?
It really does.
And it's not just a collection of, impressive numbers. It really represents a fundamental shift in how we as consumers and businesses interact. This isn't just about efficiency. I mean, that's part of it. But it's also about giving individuals more autonomy, more control over their transactions and information access. It's quietly transforming everything from, say, how you check in at the airport to how you order your lunch.
Absolutely. It's about that autonomy, that efficiency. And the global numbers, wow, they're truly striking.
Yeah.
So back in 2021, this market was valued at just over $8 billion.
Okay.
Fast forward to today, 2025, and it's already more than doubled to nearly $17 billion.
That's fast.
It is. But hold on to your hats, because by 2033, this market is projected to reach an astounding $75.5 billion.
$75 billion. Wow.
Yeah. That's a staggering compound annual growth rate, a CIGR of over 20% for more than a decade.
Over 20%. Consistently.
Consistently. This kind of double-digit expansion places kiosk software among the fastest-growing sectors in the entire tech industry. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, how this explosive growth is playing out differently across the globe.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, this sustained, aggressive growth, it's not accidental, right?
No.
It speaks to a nearly universal drive towards automation, towards self-service solutions. Businesses are clearly investing heavily. They're looking for ways to optimize operations, maybe reduce labor costs, and definitely meet those evolving customer expectations for speed and convenience.
Exactly.
So it raises an important question, I think. Beyond these general factors, are there specific underlying needs that kiosk software is uniquely positioned to fulfill across such diverse global economies?
That's precisely what we need to explore.
Yeah.
Let's start with North America. It's a significant player, quite mature in this market.
Mm-hmm.
This region is projected to grow from its 2025 value of over $6.3 billion to more than $27 billion by 2033.
Still huge growth.
Huge growth, maintaining a strong CGR of nearly 20%.
Right.
And within North America, the U.S., well, it continues to dominate. Its market value is set to exceed $21 billion by 2033. But Canada and Mexico are also showing incredibly robust momentum. Canada actually shows a slightly higher growth rate than the U.S., over 20.7%.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and Mexico's consistently growing at over 20% too. So what does this continued strong growth in an already, mature market tell us?
Well, what those numbers in North America really highlight, I think, is that it's not just about new installations anymore. It's about deep integration, optimization.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Self-service kiosks are just indispensable now, aren't they? Airports for check-ins, fast food restaurants for ordering, retail stores for quick transactions.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The growth here is driven by companies continually refining these solutions, adding new features, expanding them into more facets of daily life. It's about optimizing labor costs, sure, but also really enhancing that customer autonomy we talked about.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay, moving across the Atlantic, Europe represents another major market showing, well, really impressive expansion.
Mm-hmm.
This region is on track to nearly quadruple its value by 2033. It's looking at over $16 billion from its current $3.7 billion.
Wow, quadrupling.
Yeah, at an average growth rate just over 20%. But while the whole continent shows strength, we see some fascinating variations. Germany, for instance, is leading the charge. It's got one of the highest growth rates globally, projected at almost 21%.
Germany, okay.
Meanwhile, countries like the UK, France, Italy also contributing significantly. Strong growth rates, sort of around that 19-20% mark.
Still very strong.
Very. Even Russia, while comparatively a bit slower, still shows solid expansion at over 18%. So what do these varied growth rates within Europe suggest?
Well, it's interesting to see that diversity, isn't it? Even within one continent.
Yeah.
It probably reflects different levels of digital transformation maturity across the various economies, maybe differing regulatory environments,
Could be.
and even varying consumer acceptance rates. For instance, Germany's rapid adoption might be tied to its strong manufacturing and industrial automation sectors. They often embrace efficiency solutions early.
Right.
Meanwhile, maybe cultural nuances or existing infrastructure could lead to slightly different adoption curves in other European nations.
That makes sense. Okay, that brings us to our absolute standout performer, Asia Pacific.
Ah, yes, APAC.
This region isn't just growing, it's rocketing forward. From its 2025 value of over $4.4 billion, it's forecast to reach an incredible $21.2 billion by 2033,
21 billion.
and boasting the highest regional CGR at over 21.5%.
That's the highest.
The highest regional one, yeah.
Okay.
And within this powerhouse, China, Japan, South Korea all show substantial growth.
Yeah.
But the true star performer, India.
India.
Highest individual country CAGR in our entire report, hitting an astounding 22.49%.
Wow, nearly 22.5%. Incredible.
It is. And Southeast Asia, Taiwan, Singapore are also displaying remarkable acceleration, all pushing well above 21% growth. So this region's leadership is just undeniable. What kinds of applications are most prevalent in these rapidly expanding Asian markets? And what's really driving this phenomenal pace?
Well, what's fascinating here is how Asia-Pacific's leadership truly reflects this unique confluence of factors.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about massive, rapidly urbanizing populations, right? A burgeoning middle class.
Huge populations.
And aggressive governmental and private sector pushes towards digitalization. It's a perfect storm, really.
Right, yeah.
This isn't just about efficiency. It's almost like foundational build-out, maybe leapfrogging older technologies in some areas.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and for applications, the report highlights a surge in kiosks for public services. Think government ID renewals, utility payments,
Makes sense.
and also in large-scale retail and entertainment venues. In countries like India and Southeast Asia, where you have vast numbers of first-time digital users, kiosks provide a really accessible, intuitive entry point to modern services. They're bridging the digital divide in a very tangible way.
That's a fantastic insight, really showing how the tech adapts to unique societal needs there. Okay, moving further south, let's look at South America, a region that is definitely emerging as a significant player. The South American market is projected to grow from just over $1.2 billion in 2025 to nearly $5.8 billion by 2033.
Still very strong growth.
Very healthy CAG, almost 20.8%. Brazil, the largest economy, is leading the regional market naturally. And Argentina is showing particularly strong potential, with a CGR actually exceeding 21%.
Argentina. Okay, higher than the average.
Yeah. And Colombia, Peru, Chile are also demonstrating robust double-digit growth. So what does this strong, consistent growth mean for South America?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, South America really represents a very important emerging market for this technology, no question.
Right. The strong double-digit growth across its major economies, it underscores a regional drive towards modernization, efficiency. Similar to Asia-Pacific in some ways, maybe.
Yeah, could be.
It definitely indicates significant investment opportunities and a growing acceptance of self-service solutions by consumers who are, increasingly accustomed to digital interactions. It's just Kiosk Software is playing a key role in upgrading both public and private sector services.
And that drive for modernization, it seems clearly visible in the Middle East as well.
Absolutely.
This region is set to grow from over $600 million in 2025 to more than $2.8 billion by 2033.
Another strong jump.
Impressive KGR again, just over 20.8%. The UAE in particular shows remarkable growth. Its CAGR exceeds 21.5%.
UAE leading there, interesting.
Yeah, while Saudi Arabia and Turkey are also pushing well above 20%. So what unique factors are driving this rapid adoption in the Middle East?
Well, the Middle East's strong trajectory for Kiosk Software, you can almost directly link it to the region's intense focus on economic diversification.
And those massive infrastructure development projects we hear about, smart city initiatives, the rapid expansion of tourism and hospitality, new retail concepts.
Right, all those mega projects.
Exactly. These sectors are creating really fertile ground for self-service technologies. They're looking for advanced, efficient solutions to serve both growing local populations and, importantly, an influx of international visitors.
Makes sense. Okay, to conclude our regional analysis, let's turn our attention to Africa.
Okay.
This market is projected to grow from over $550 million in 2025 to nearly $2.4 billion by 2033. Strong CGR again, approaching 20%.
Consistent growth everywhere.
It really is. South Africa stands out as a strong performer here, CADR over 20.6%. And Nigeria is also showing significant expansion. Its market value is set to nearly double by 2033.
Hmm.
So how do we interpret Africa's growing presence in this space?
Well, Africa, with its significant potential and that ongoing digital transformation across the continent, it's clearly positioning itself as an important future market for kiosk software.
Right. The potential.
Yeah, the rapid adoption of mobile technology, increasing internet access, and importantly, a youthful growing population. These are all paving the way. In many areas, kiosks are becoming vital touchpoints for service delivery, offering solutions for everything from, say, financial inclusion to accessing public health information. They're bridging gaps where traditional infrastructure might be less developed.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this all mean? Bringing it all together. Our deep dive really confirms that the kiosks software market is, well, without a doubt, one of the fastest growing technology sectors worldwide.
Really?
We've seen consistent, powerful, double-digit growth across every single region we've looked at. It points to a global embrace of self-service and automation. Asia-Pacific, led by India, China, Southeast Asia, is truly accelerating, really defining new frontiers for this tech.
Yeah, the leader for sure.
North America and Europe, while mature, continue to show robust, sustained growth. It demonstrates the enduring utility and the expanding applications in developed markets.
Still plenty of room there.
Absolutely. And crucially, South America, the Middle East, and Africa are powerfully emerging as vital future markets, promising continued innovation and expansion for decades to come.
So this raises an important question, doesn't it? What are the fundamental societal and technological shifts that are really enabling this widespread adoption across the globe?
Right.
It's far more than just convenience. It really speaks to a fundamental change in how we expect to interact with services, with information. And thinking about the future, what are the broader implications for customer service, for the future of retail, public services, even for improving accessibility for everyone?
Big questions.
They are. And knowledge is most valuable when it's understood and applied. So I'd encourage you, our listener, to think about where you encounter kiosks in your daily lives. How are they already shaping your experiences, often in ways you maybe don't even consciously realize?
That's a powerful call to action. This deep dive has truly illuminated the incredible trajectory of kiosk software. We really want to thank you for joining us on this, well, pretty fascinating exploration. And remember, all this incredible data comes courtesy of cognitive market research.
And as always, there's always more to learn, isn't there?
Always.
So I'd challenge you to maybe consider how kiosk software might evolve next. What about integration with advanced AI, making interactions even more intuitive, personalized?
Oh, interesting thought.
Or what new display technologies or maybe biometric authentications could bring to the table? And maybe more profoundly, what entirely new problems could kiosk software solve in the next decade that, well, we can't even fully imagine today?
Absolutely. Keep those questions buzzing in your mind. We hope this deep dive has given you a shortcut to being well-informed and maybe spark your curiosity even further. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making those surprising discoveries.